Hi guys, welcome to yet another episode of CryptoBuddy.club and I'm your buddy Abhay Talreja. Now, without wasting any much time, let's dive deep into the news and see what's happening today in the crypto space. Bitcoin is about 9,000 mark and I know many of us were waiting for this to happen. Bitcoin did not just break 9,000 but rocketed to 9,335, which was its 7-day high as per CoinMarketCap, and has managed to stay above 9,000 since then. While I was recording the video, the last price I saw was close to 9,080. Now, that being said, this definitely boosts up the confidence of the investors. Last week, Coinbase Custody CEO, which is Sam McIngvale, and Coinbase CISO, which is Philip Martin, visited the UK to discuss the institutional crypto economy with a range of prospects and clients. So when they visited the UK, their primary goal was to actually discuss the European institutional landscape, the path to crypto becoming a mature investable asset, and some misconceptions that exist along with the cryptocurrencies to be cleared out. So as per Coinbase tweet, there is a narrative out there that institutional grade services do not exist in crypto. This isn't true. Coinbase Custody is regulated, insured and secure custodian. We have 1.3 billion AUC and expect to hit 2 billion soon. We have no intentions of stopping there. In the same tweet, on the security aspect, they mentioned that we really built our security by drawing on a range of different technologies and systems. That is what gives us the strong security foundations. On the futures aspect, they also quoted that Coinbase Custody services over 90 clients. Of these, approximately 40% of them are outside of the US. As the crypto matures as an asset class, we see financial hubs like London becoming centers of crypto investors. We are excited to be one of the companies driving this. Now, to be honest, first thing that I note out of here is 40% of the clients of Coinbase are outside the US, which means Coinbase is definitely spreading its wings. The second thing that I hear, understand or grasp out of this tweet is Coinbase is reaching out to the investors. They want big scale investors to step in. Their tummy is filled with the retail investors at this point. They have a very stable market. They have a very big brand. So they know that the retail investors will come to them. Now they have to capture the institutional money, and that's what they are behind. If you think Coinbase can actually hit more than 2 billion in 2019, let me know in the comments below. I think unless they add my alts into the mix, I don't think so they will hit 2 billion this year. But wish them all the luck. In another news, Russia. Yes, you guys know that and probably have been reading that Russia has been constantly in news for their cryptocurrency stand, and they have actually been sending mixed signals. Now, last week, an annual forum featuring Russia's top people from the economic sector was held in St. Petersburg, and cryptocurrencies were a hot topic out there. Of course, where there is money, people will follow. Notably, government agents and state-controlled businesses were vocal about their interest in the blockchain, but seemed distance from being linked to a cryptocurrency or a digital token in particular. Meanwhile, the regulatory framework for cryptocurrencies is still missing in the country, and we all are actually waiting for that. Now, despite the fact that local authorities have been already tasked to prepare the needed amendment for cryptocurrencies a while ago. So let's see when and what Russia's stance would be in the near future. In another big news, Walmart, which is one of the biggest retail giants in the US markets, is going to participate in another pharmaceutical supply chain pilot. Now, the retail giant Walmart has announced that it is taking part in a second pharmaceutical blockchain trial to track the supply chains along with IBM, KPMG and Merck. This pretty much comes following the US Drug Supply Chain Security Act, according to which the agency will have to need a digital system to basically trace all the prescription drugs and vaccines in the US by 2023. The US Food and Drug Administration, which is the FDA, has subsequently chosen the companies to test a blockchain solution. So again, if you give me an option to go and come up with a digital system, as a company who's like Walmart or an Amazon will invest in everything that's coming up to, because they want the best solution for the next 20 years, and if they are supposed to get ready by 2023, blockchain is a very good prospect for them. In a quote, Mark Treshock, IBM's global solution leader for blockchain in healthcare and life sciences, said that blockchain could provide an important new approach to further improving trust in the biopharmaceutical supply chain. We believe this is an ideal use for the technology because it can not only provide an audit trail that drugs within the supply chain, it tracks who has shared data, with whom, and without revealing the data itself. Blockchain has the potential to transform how pharmaceutical data is controlled, managed, shared, and acted upon throughout the lifetime history of a drug. Now, we all know that IBM has already been partnered with Stellar Lumens. So I don't know if there is any role of Stellar in this involved, but only time will say. So Walmart and IBM have already had experiences in working on blockchain solutions together as the retailer participates in IBM's Food Trust network. On another note, JPMorgan, who has been very clear and very against Bitcoin all throughout, is actually seeking a job candidate with Bitcoin scaling technology, but asserts it's doing nothing with actual Bitcoin. And this is not new. JPMorgan has been constantly pushing Bitcoin away, but ended up launching their own JPM coin, which is JPMorgan coin. And it is definitely clear by now that JPMorgan is very interested in blockchain and trying to make sure that how they can scale their own internal solution so that they can transfer billions of dollars across the country. JPMorgan has posted a new job and looking for a candidate with Bitcoin tech know-how. But the investment firm is sticking to its stance that it's blockchain and not Bitcoin. Now, in the job posting for a developer at the director level, the firm said that it is looking for someone with the experience on scaling Bitcoin solutions, such as Lightning, as well as the other blockchain related topics. So JPMorgan is definitely interested in investing billions of dollars into the blockchain technology, but is trying to stay away from any of the cryptocurrencies out there in the market. And again, when you are JPMorgan, you will want to have your own foot into the game. You really do not want to tag along with somebody else when you can create your own coin out there. That's what they ended up doing. You can create your own solution, and that's what they're trying to invest. However, these big firms invest heavily onto trying, definitely, and I hope they succeed, but if they do not end up succeeding, they will go on to one of the tokens which has already established and proven, so that they can just tap on it and go ahead with it. So knowing that one of the biggest cryptocurrencies, Ripple, is pretty much planning on doing this and trying to get as many banks as possible across the globe. All right, since Facebook's news about the project Libra has been surfacing, there has been a constant rift between the community. There's the biggest question is like, will Facebook's Libra cryptocurrency outcompete with Bitcoin? Will there be a competition? Will it outperform? Will Bitcoin grow further? It's actually only time can say, but at this point it's not clear, but it definitely has struck a lot of sparks in the community. Peter Schiff, the CEO of the brokerage firm Euro Pacific Capital, believes Facebook's Libra cryptocurrency will compete with Bitcoin on stability and fees. Well, only time will say that, but that's his belief. And in response to that, Anthony Pompilano, who's like an advocate for Bitcoin, he denies and he argues that it is a false statement. In fact, opposite is true. He also refers to an example that, like restaurants on an intersection, the more the restaurants are available, the better for each of them. So similarly, if Libra comes in and Bitcoin is also there, and of course tons of other cryptocurrencies, there's more for the audience to choose, and each of them will have their own reach, which will make sure that the crypto sphere grows further and further. So it's a win-win for everybody, is what his belief is, but only time will say what happens. And we've heard that Facebook is officially going to release its white paper on June 18th. So let's wait for that news, and I will definitely cover that news for you. And these days it's not Ripple who's making the news by themselves, but their partners are speaking up. People who are interacting with Ripple are speaking up in different forums. Something similar happened where goLance seeks Ripple's help to integrate faster, efficient payment solutions. So you see that Ripple is actually tying up with a lot of banks every week, but they are trying to keep calm and they're trying to work under the hood as much as possible. They are waiting for the right time to, you know, come out and say to the world. And for the prices of Ripple, of course, I do not want to predict. I'm not a financial advisor, but I believe that they're coiling in and probably the day they are ready, they're just going to take that stop out and they'll just fly to the moon. That's my belief. But they're trying to do everything behind the scenes in order to make sure they are ready for the big leap. That was pretty much the news that I think should interest you today. Now, that being said, if you really like the content and you stick around till the end of the video, I would request you to please like, share, subscribe, because that's the only way I could reach the right content to the right audience. Thank you so much for watching and you have a great day. I'll see you later.